podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
You know the saying, stay hungry, stay humble.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm humble in defeat, and I'm going to remain humble in victory. This is it, right?
Wladimir Productions.
I just wanted to put on a great boxing masterclass and also show the sweet science of this lovely sport. Man, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
I'm prepared to the best of my capability, and I pray that I get the win. Look at it, I love Mike Tyson, how he came into the game on some different kind of vibe. You know what I mean? It takes a crazy man to want to fight, you know what I mean, day in, day out. The hardcore sport, as you said, no silk shoes.
Ain't no other sight in the game could see the boxing voice.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Friday edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. Thank God it's Friday. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy to be here. We're going to be discussing some heavyweight boxing. We're going to do two articles in once as Joshua's come out and given fire to his fight fans, saying that he unified in 20 fights. Wilder has not in 40. Why not? We'll do a double show today with Wilder versus Fury for Supremacy, the end to that Lineal talk. And the reason I decided to put both of these together is because obviously Joshua thinks he's got the one up on Wilder. I mean, his title speaks for itself. 20 fights, Wilder's 40. Why hasn't he unified? But then you turn around and you read the Wilder Fury article, and they're saying that the winner of this not only gets the Ring magazine, not only becomes the Lineal champ, but on most ratings, these two heavyweights, Wilder and Fury, are number one and number two. So somehow they're considering them, or the winner, to be the number one heavyweight in the world. Now, obviously, Anthony Joshua has something to say with the IBF, IBO, WBA, and WBO titles. But again, some people think that the winner of Wilder Fury is the true champion, dating back to Fury defeating the true champion in Klitschko. So we'll debate it. We'll see who you consider to be the best. Or, like myself, do you feel they need to face each other to actually have that claim to the number one heavyweight in the division? But this is what we're talking about. If you are interested, you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time, voice shipping in right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. Let's get ready to rock and roll. We're going to head on out to Indiana, home of Gross the Boss.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Windows camp, 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss, 2 to stand over. Turn up. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million. And I'm in.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, good morning. Shout out to everybody out there in TBV universe. Back with another one. I see AJ talking, and I think we already knew that the Wilder and Fury probably the 1 and 2 in the division, and that's why the Ring magazine belt is on the line for that fight. But we'll break it down and get into more details about that. What's going on, everybody out there in TBV universe? What's going on, Ness?
What up, champ? Nothing much, man. Happy to be here. I don't know, man. I don't know how to put it. You know, you run across a lot of crazies in this world, man, and it's just funny. The internet is something, you know, beautiful. But the internet is saying that the winner of Tyson Fury and Wilder has claim to true lineage or the winner of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder will end the Lineal talk. I don't know that I consider the winner of this fight the best heavyweight, even though if Wilder wins, I think he could beat AJ. I still feel that fight needs to happen. Fights need to play out so that we can, make sure they play out the way that we assume.
Yeah, I think when you're looking at this linear talk, you know what I'm saying? I think since Wilder's the longest reigning champion and Fury beat Vladimir, I guess, first, you know what I'm saying? I can see how they would say that this will decide the linear. I mean, it makes sense, you know what I'm saying? If Fury's going to be involved in it with anybody, if Otto Wilder wants to beat him, Otto Wilder would have became the lineal champion. So, I mean, it's not really much different from any other Fury fight, but I do think that a lot of people, since AJ lost, may have bumped AJ down to number 3 and see Fury and Wilder as the 1 and 2. And we have the Ring magazine belt on the line, so we'll see how that plays out. You know what I'm saying? The winner will be looked at upon as the number 1 guy in the division. But I agree with you. Even though I think he'll beat AJ, I think those guys still have to fight.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I think a fight is something that not only do we want, but that needs to happen because, we already overlooked Ruiz. I was victim. I didn't think he would be able to do nothing. And then we got a whole year of Ruiz Joshua. So you just got to let these fights play out. You can't assume that one person is better than the other. I know that's what I'm doing. I know I'm picking Wilder and confident in my pick, but I still very much want the fight to play out. He has to prove me right. And he has to do it right. Sometimes they get it done and they don't look as good as you assumed they would. You put them on these pedestals and the fight doesn't really play out that way. So, yeah, I really believe that they need to fight. But my thing is, what's up with AJ, bro? I mean, yesterday we talked to clout chasing, but it's like every day he's releasing 2 to 3 quotes and it's all about Wilder. I mean, what happened to him and Eddie saying that Wilder was clout chasing them? Now it's like, we unified in 20 fights. Wilder has 40. Why hasn't he unified? I'm doing all the heavy lifting. I mean, I don't understand. When have things changed that now they're putting all this attention on Wilder, On AJ's network, they got him with an iPad looking at videos of Wilder and giving his take of Wilder's past fight. When did Wilder get all this popularity on Sky and in the UK?
I guess when they started picking up his damn fights from like the Ortiz and shit. But I've heard AJ say this before, like Wilder got 40 fights, why he hasn't unified this and that. My simple answer is to everybody got their own path. You had an amateur background, Wilder did not. You know what I'm saying? You found boxing early on, then you left and you came back. So you have an amateur background, you know what I'm saying? Wilder did not, you know what I'm saying? So Wilder's path is a little bit different. And I'm of the mindset that everybody path is not built the same, you know what I'm saying? Like you had a Olympic medal going run, you had a nice amateur background with the GB squad. Wilder didn't have none of that. He had 8 months, 9 months of learning the sport and going to get a bronze medal. So of course he wouldn't be as advanced as you were in your 20 fights. But I don't really think that matters, you know what I'm saying? Both you guys are pro right now. Both you guys are in the same era, and both you guys are heavyweight champions. So if you're trying to make it seem like Wilder has more experience than you or is more seasoned than you, it's kind of a lame argument.
I think he's just putting out that energy, like making you think, provoking thoughts, saying, all right, I did this in this amount of time. Why didn't he do it? He's been around for this long. What took him all this time? And you're saying it's because Wilder didn't have the amateur background?
No, what I'm saying is everybody has their own path. And we all know that AJ found boxing early on, then he left and went, did a little street life shit or whatever. Came back to boxing after that that street shit. So he been boxing since, you know what I'm saying, at an early age. Like he has, I guess the years on Wilder, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I know people say that they started boxing in the same year or whatever, but I just think that I've seen an interview with AJ where he said that he found boxing early on, then he had left for a little while and came back. I'm just on the mindset that everybody has their own path. Like nobody can judge my path based off your path. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, Macaulay Culkin was a child star, you know what I'm saying, actor for a number of years. But Morgan Freeman started acting when he was like 45 years old, and probably one of the biggest actors, you know what I'm saying, to date. So everybody got their own path and their own like trajectory.
Definitely agree, and good example there because Freeman went on to be a great actor. One of the dudes I like to follow. If he's in a movie, I pretty much go see it. I don't like watching trailers. I like checking out the cast. Usually, you can tell from the cast how good the movie's going to be. Good actors don't take bad scripts. Not that it doesn't happen, but it can. So I get your analogy for sure. Morgan starting late still had a damn good acting career. And Wilder starting late obviously is having a damn good heavyweight boxing career. I think that all this comes from, like I said, heavy lifting, right? Joshua was looking at it like, bro, I came out here, I did this. I made history, and y'all still putting me against a dude that didn't do it the way that I did, took longer to get to where I'm at, and actually still hasn't gotten to where I'm at because, he keeps talking about the unifications, and it's like, yo, he hasn't unified, I did. And I think that bothers him, and I think it would bother me if I already faced Vlad, I already faced Joseph Parker. Those are unifications. I've created all this legacy, but y'all keep talking about Wilder. And it's like, damn, what he do? Why y'all keep putting him against me? Like, what did he do? But it's that power, man. It's that power that what he did is those knockouts that are consistent. And that consistency, it brings drama to the division. People know, networks know the probability of what could unfold. So I think Wilder's value comes in his performances, where AJ's value comes in, his fandom, and fandom equates to ticket sales and pay-per-view buys.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the suspense that Wilder gives you in a boxing matches is like they say, you can't go to the bathroom, you can't go get nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying? When Wilder fight, you gotta sit right there and watch it. And I totally agree. I think AJ is the money man in the division. I think his value is very, very high. I mean, when you look at the Saudi Arabia and look at just all the site fees that he's been getting from New York, Saudi to Wembley, I think AJ is a big star in the sport of boxing. I just don't like when people start to say this guy got these numbers fighting and he should be doing this and should be doing that. I just don't understand. Like, you guys are in the same era, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to fight that guy. So maybe you shouldn't be make it seem like he has a upper hand on you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's like to me. Like, I needed an excuse because where the 40 fights came from, like originally, like it was, he knocked out Brazil better than you did. Oh, he got 40 fights. If I had 40 fights, I'd do with Brazil the same way.
Yeah, but that's the hypocrisy, because before the fight, he didn't think Wilder would do good. He changed the goalposts after the fight. Like, well, he only did good because he got 40. And let's just dead this for the the AJ fans. I'm sorry, I have to bring this man's name into a conversation that he does not pertain to. But the UK fans think they're intelligent by using this metaphor. So they're saying, yo, where's the energy when you said Crawford started at the same time as Thurman, which I never said that. I didn't even know they started at the same time. But the difference between Crawford and Wilder is Wilder has faced Fury, the number 1 or 2 arguably in the division, and Luis Ortiz, the number 4 or 5 in the division. In the division. Not another division, in the division. So there is no discrepancy or like we're not wondering what Wilder can do. We're waiting for him to do it versus the other top. You know what I mean? There's still a bit of wonder about Crawford at welterweight. Again, no trolling at welterweight. Nobody's wondering shit about Wilder except can he win or lose in that division. So it's not a good metaphor. You know what I mean?
It's a little bit different though. Like
absolutely, it's different.
It's different divisions. You know what I'm saying? Crawford moved up. Only been at welterweight 3 or 4 fights now. You know what I'm saying? So a little bit different. But I totally get. You know what I'm saying? On your point, I totally get where you're coming from. I just don't like comparing people. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't believe in comparing people's careers to other people's careers because we all know that shit. What I do is not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, what you're going to do, and what you do is not necessarily what I'm going to do, and what's good for you is not good for me. So I'm just not of the mindset of comparing people's career. I'm of the mindset of wanting to see the best in the ring, and if AJ's the best and if Wilder's the best, then we'll see him in the ring, and all this talking and 40 fights and he got more experience than me, all that shit can go out the window.
Definitely, man. Definitely. But in terms of Jake Donovan's interview, or rather article, does the fight with Wilder Fury really put an end to the Lineal talk, or does it just extend itself? Because I can see it extending itself. If Tyson wins, he's running with Lineal champ, WBC champ, Ring Magazine champ. He's running with all those titles. So does it really die with this fight, or... Because even Wilder, can't he turn around and say, like, yo, fuck it. I'm Lineal. I'm Ring now, too. He won the belts. He did the do. I know he's already told us no. But those are accolades that he needs, right? Those are the same accolades that other champions claim. Danny was Ring Magazine. Crawford was Ring Magazine. You know, they give you that when you kind of clear out the division. And I guess they're giving it to Fury because he did that before. And, you know, he's campaigned loud enough to say that he never really lost his Lineal title.
I think it puts a cap on the Lineal thing, like not ended because, you know what I'm saying, anytime a fighter fights, then a Lineal will be up. But I think it gives us a more and clear picture of who the heavyweight champions are. Like if Fury, if Wilder wins, you can no longer call Fury a champion. You can't say he has a Lineal or he's defending this, he's defending that. And I think that's what Jake Donovan was trying to get to in that article. And I'm going to get to something that he said. Wilder and Fury meet in the ring will once again restore order and stop the heavyweight division. Restore order. That's kind of a strong word because restoring order, in my opinion, means there is one. You know what I'm saying? Like Jet Li, there can only be one. You know what I'm saying? I got to be that one. And with AJ still having belts, even though you pretty much clear up one side and make it, you know what I'm saying, like the other side, but it's not really cleared up and order has not been restored because we still have 2 champions. We got to get back to the days of Wladimir Klitschko. Not even Vladimir didn't even have all the belts, you know what I'm saying? So got to get back to the days of Lennox Lewis where there is one heavyweight champion and we don't have somebody saying that I'm a champ and somebody saying that he's a champ. But as far as the Lineal go, I believe the winner of this will be the Lineal champion and have a little bit more say so in coming up fights with possibly AJ.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Because, you know, we interpret this as like AJ clout chasing, AJ talking a lot. Should we be giving him a pass? You know, he just had the biggest fight of his career because he had to win his belts back. So there's going to be a lot of publicity that he's got to do. These are just questions from journalists, or should he get on his inner Crawford and be like, I ain't answering that. Don't talk to me about that dude. Because he did that before, like, oh, don't talk about me until he's ready to fight. I don't want to talk about him until we're ready to make a deal. I don't want him in the ring till we announce in the fight. So why all of a sudden has his stance changed?
That's a good question. I mean, maybe his confidence back. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's back feeling himself again, or maybe Sky is just invested in Wilder, and they got some media obligations for him to do. You know what I'm saying? But whatever the fact is, you know what I'm saying? I like it. I like the fact that AJ is talking about Wilder, like my guy Lizzo always say, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do, you know what I'm saying? But when that day come, just be ready. If you got to talk shit, if you got to maybe downplay somebody else or downplay Wilder because you feel like he's taking more time to accomplish things than you, you know what I'm saying, then do it. But on the date, whenever the day happens, just be ready. I think AJ, honestly, maybe just be looking at Wilder and really trying to get a gauge on how he would go about, you know what I'm saying, beating them. Like I said in the interview yesterday, he gave a great kind of match breakdown of Wilder Ortiz and like Wilder Brazil. So he is studying.
I mean, look, man, practice makes perfect. That's what's going to happen. Or that's what's going to need to happen in order to get the win. And familiarize yourself with these two men. But I guess from his statements, not only today or yesterday, but throughout the week since the win, I get the feeling he doesn't want Wilder. You know, as much practice or studying as you're saying he's doing, all his statements lean towards him sounding like he wants that Fury all UK dust up.
I mean, that's the fight he probably wants more than anything else. I mean, he going in there with a guy who's not the biggest puncher as Wilder. And I mean, we heard him, you know what I'm saying, offer his services to Fury to help him beat Wilder. So I'm sure. I mean, they rather have Fury win. We heard Eddie Hearn say, "Hey man, I want Fury to beat Wilder." Heard AJ said, "I mean, I'll offer my service to Fury so he can beat Wilder." So I think he definitely wants Fury to win.
Yeah, man. Any final thoughts before we jump out to these callers? You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. I guess some questions are, do you believe that the winner of Wilder Fury is for Supremacy and makes him the number one heavyweight in the division? Also, I want to ask some other questions. I want to ask, should Wilder, if he beats Fury, take that claim to Lineal and Ring Magazine? I know we had him on the show and he said, he doesn't want any of those accolades and titles. But as a Wilder fan, what do you think? Should he take those? Should Fury, do you believe Fury would run with those titles? Which I do. I think if he wins, he's going to be happy to call himself Ring Magazine champ, Lineal champ, WBC champ. And that's why I'm saying maybe Wilder should second guess or second think not accepting those accolades that other fighters, like I mentioned, Danny and Terrence and Floyd, you know, a lot of people have been Ring Magazine. That's not a bad accolade to have on your resume at all. So those are the questions, right? Are there three? Those are three, I guess. Any more you want to add in there to make this spicy?
No, not really. I'm pretty sure I have something when the caller comes in and says something crazy. But yeah, man, I definitely think Wilder should accept that. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes we look at things like, damn, man, I don't want that. But like when you get it, like, damn, I kind of like this right here. I kind of like how that shit sound. The Lineal, the Ring Magazine, the WBC champion.
And I don't think there's sanctioning fees, Mike. I didn't mean to cut you off. Just, you know, in context with the conversation, I don't think there's sanctioning fees for the Ring. You just get it. So like, if you're Wilder, why not just? He got that great little first floor that goes right out to the backyard and the elevator where he got the big poster of himself. He got his little ring bag there. I mean, his speed bag. That would be the perfect place to hang up those titles. You know what I mean? So
absolutely agree. Absolutely agree with you.
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody we are not on the main channel. We did suffer what they're calling harmful or abusive content. We really don't know what it is, so we're going to ask everyone to just cool it down on the cursing. They have been releasing numerous videos that vulgar language is definitely going to be one of those reasons that videos can get flagged in the new year. So yeah, man, no FTC, but definitely some YouTube, right? YTB, right? Boxing, YouTube boxing community got their own rules these days, so we need to just abide by them before we get our secondary channel blocked as well. And since we're on
FCC.
FCC, and since we're on the topic of watching the video and stuff like that, don't forget, hit that thumbs up button. Like Stainless likes to say, this is the only way we're going to let all the other TBB fans that think, we're long gone, because we have zero access. I can't even upload a video. I can't go live. I can't post on the community page to let you know that it's down. There's
I did
nothing.
what I could, making a video yesterday on my channel, you know what I'm saying, letting everybody know that the channel was down or whatever.
Oh, well, thank you for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it's again, we don't know really what is the reason. People are assuming it's the gambling affiliation, but then again, you got IFL with a long-term gambling affiliation. You got Teddy Atlas with the same gambling.
They say hurtful though. Like what are we playing that's hurtful, bro?
I don't know, man. I mean, again, it's very vague, and the only gambling affiliation we have is the very same one that Teddy Atlas uses. I watch Teddy Atlas podcast, and they're very adamant and vocal about announcing what it is they're using. But yeah. Nah. It's definitely not taking a piss, Big Nick, who still hasn't signed up after 5 years. Yeah, no, it's not taking a piss. They definitely threatening. They definitely threatening, vulgar language, dictation of harmful acts. You could only report. So if Mike choked, I can report newsroom style. I can't show the video of Mike choking, obviously. So it's a lot of new stuff, man. They have new rules. Like now every video you either have to put in the settings or per video whether or not it's kid friendly. Yeah, no. It's a lot. The COPA, something called CCOPA, something like that. Look, there's new guidelines, bro. It could be coming down from net neutrality, something that took place last year, where they were going to start kind of policing the internet. Who knows, man? Point is, let's just calm down a bit on the cursing until we really figure out what is the problem. That being said, we're going to go to the sponsors, open up these phone lines, and take the calls. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget, add Nestor Gibbs anywhere in the world to talk crystal clear quality on Skype. Remember, no Bluetooths, unless it's Bose or iPhone. I'm telling you, those are the... I hate to be, bougie, but I've been doing this enough years to know.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Let's go to Boomerang. J-Mac, New Orleans. Talk to me.
J-Mac, good morning to you, brother.
Yeah, y'all can hear me fine on my Bluetooth?
Yep.
All right. I don't have either one of those. I just got Blue Parrot.
There you go.
What's the questions?
That's the name you need to tell everybody then, because it don't even sound like you're on Bluetooth.
No,
right.
This the first time you're using it, though, or you always use it?
This the one you saw me on, and you asked me was I a helicopter pilot or something like that. I always use this. I just got me a nice Bluetooth. I invested in it because I just needed to have it with all that driving.
Yeah, this sound good, but talk to us. Let me restart.
All right, what's the questions?
First question, do you think the winner of Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder is the true #1 heavyweight?
Yes, without a doubt. I don't have no other thought. Yes, that's
true.
Do
you feel that if Wilder wins, he should claim and rep the Ring Magazine title that's on the line and the Lineal title that isn't a physical title that Tyson Fury claims and always is talking about, and ESPN is talking about?
Yes and no. My yes is because Fury definitely would do it, and he would get the credit from it, and they'll use it to boast him up. My no is I know Wilder, and I don't think Wilder considers himself as a fake human being. So I like how he moved, but he may actually have to play politics with this one. And yes, he should get all the benefits that come from it. Y'all got another question?
I guess AJ's question is, he unified in 20 fights. Why hasn't Wilder unified in over 40 fights?
Like Mike said, we've talked about this multiple times. They got different paths. They got different. Somebody was promoted different. Wilder had to fight lower tier fighters and all that stuff like that. They just came up different. What AJ need to be concerned about is fighting the best heavyweight in a weight in a class which they view as Wilder. You got something else? Because I want to address something right quick.
That's it.
Okay, you can't do the comparison with Bud. I know you say that welterweight, but you still can't compare it because Bud moved up and he did fight the 1 and 2 guy in his classes to become unified, which Wilder is still working on trying to get from AJ, but you can't compare the two.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. You can't compare the two. Bud has multiple divisions to face the top, so people could arguably say he faced the top at 140, where Wilder faced the top at heavyweight. So it just ain't the same comparison. Plus, I don't even remember what he talking about. When have I ever said, Bud and Thurman started at the same time? I don't even know what year they both started. I would have to go Google that. So I don't know. Let me see here. We got some more boomerangs in the building. Who is next? CYP Boomerang.
Yeah, go ahead. Ask me the question.
Yes, Wilder Fury. Does that make them the number one in the division, the winner?
Of course it does. I don't think anybody denies that. I don't know any writer, any legitimate resource to boxing, any blog. Nobody denying that. Only people denying that. I don't even think the UK is denying that. So yes.
And do you think that Wilder, if he beats Tyson, should keep that Ring magazine and rep it? He said on this show that he wouldn't. But do you think that he should because it's an accolade? And should he also rep the Lineal imaginary title or, not physical title that Fury be claiming?
Yes and yes. Yes, because he has to rep it because you could only lose it in the ring. You can't drop the Lineal. You can't drop Ring magazine. You could only lose it. So he gonna have to rep it. Rather he verbally does it or not. He's going to be the Lineal champion and the Ring magazine champion. And I say yes again because there's never been a time in heavyweight boxing history since Ring magazine was created where the Ring magazine champion wasn't the number one heavyweight in the world. Sorry, UK, but the Ring magazine is bigger and badder than all of us. Got more history than all of us. So sorry, he number one. Go ahead.
And I guess if you want to address AJ's question to the world, he says, I unified in 20. Well, what took why is Wilder have not unified in over 40?
Very simple. Let me cook. This is very simple. If we're all businessmen, say we're all businessmen, there's one building on the block. And to get that building, that makes us businessmen. The highest bid for that building will get that building. That does not mean that the other two guys didn't want that building. That doesn't mean that the other two guys are not businessmen. Wilder already had a building. The two guys who were bidding for that didn't have a building yet. And the building that they did have was a smaller building. So at the end of the day, it was more important for you to get that bid. It's more important for you to throw the bank at that building to legitimize yourself as a businessman. It happens in business. Mike, if I got more money than you, my man, and I outbid you, that does not mean you did not want that building. I don't know why we pretend as if Eddie Hearn didn't have the money in the backing and wanted those buildings/belts more than anybody. Stop it.
All right. Well, CYP
That's
definitely.
good. That's a good analogy right there.
Definitely cooked right there. We got Boomerang in Detroit. Alumni.
Motherfucking murder, mayhem, last words of the stainless. Told you I would kill you, squeeze after I aim it. If you're talking money, then you speaking my language. Or shut the fuck up in grown folks' conversation.
Oh, TBV was good. Get off this blue.
What up, TBV? What up, Stainless?
Ain't nothing, man. Happy Friday to you folks.
Sorry about that, brother. Go ahead.
Y'all good? Y'all can hear me clear?
Yeah, that was CYP. He unmuted himself by mistake.
That's all good, man. Congratulations to CYP again on your wedding announcement, man. I heard y'all questions. So the first one, the winner of Fury Wilder is definitely the number one. What was the second one? Should Wilder take the belt, the ring magazine belt,
and the Lineal title? Should he accept that?
Yeah, I know he keeps saying he won't, but I definitely think he should. I mean, the ring magazine is a recognized belt, so you know what I'm saying. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's sanctioned too, ain't it? I know for sure it's a recognized belt, so you know that's important. And it would also add to his legitimacy and you know what I'm saying, give him a little bit more bargaining power when he gets into those negotiations for AJ fight, with any future fights down the line. To the last question though, I don't have an answer. It's more of a comment. Like you said, I noticed AJ keep calling Wilder name out more and more. At first, I thought he was trying to like play some mind games with Wilder, but now I'm starting to think he's trying to play mind games with himself and just amp himself up and give himself the confidence because he ain't got it no more. You know what I'm saying? Ever since he lost to Ruiz, man, he been looking like a deer in headlights, which is unfortunate because I like Joshua. You know, I need him to get his confidence back and he gonna fight Wilder. And stop trying to, you know, like it just sounds like he's trying to build himself up, like amp himself up. You know what I'm saying? It took me 20 fights and like all this other stuff that he keep talking sound like he's just trying to convince himself that he's ready. That's all I got, man. As usual, I'm at work. Shout out to everybody working and listening in all across the world. As I always say, please make sure you push that thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast because this is TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, that's because you stupid. And shout out to El Camino. Peace.
Yo, I need everybody on YouTube to take a second out and go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. And I need everybody who out there in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Look, man, they call me UK Mike. They call me Doncaster Bud, all that kind of shit. But at least I have enough gall to give my opinion live on air. At least Mr. CYP has enough gall to give his opinion live on air and take the backlash. You guys just tapping in the chat, carrying bets, all you motherfucking UK fanboys of AJ, just call in. Why do all this typing and cramp your fucking fingers up when you can just speak? You can just speak. It don't even, I don't know the word. Take a lot of energy, you know what I'm saying? But call in, man, give your opinion about this shit, man. Don't just hide behind a keyboard, behind the monitor, and look at yourself like, yeah, we got him. Nah, you ain't got shit.
Yes, sir. We're going out to Ringer. Steve, talk to me, Chicago.
All right, hit me with the questions.
Wilder Fury 2 winner. Are they the number one in the division in your eyes, or do they need to fight AJ?
Yes, they're number one.
Do you think if Wilder wins, should he rep that Ring Magazine belt, keep it? Opposite of what he said here on the show, saying, you know, that he didn't want it and he doesn't want the Lineal either.
I think he should recognize that stuff. I think that'll do good for him and his popularity.
Agreed, because we all know Fury's going to rep WBC, Ring, and Lineal. He'll be saying that in every video he makes.
Yep. What's the third?
And your thoughts on AJ saying, you know, he unified in 20 fights. Wilder has yet to unify after 40-plus fights.
All right. Let's cut the bullshit on that. AJ's acting like a bitch. Let's just tell it like it is. He's acting like a bitch. He came over here. What was Ruiz ranked when he fought? I don't even think Ruiz was top 10. He lost to Ruiz. He came over here to the stage, tried to prove something, lost his ass, went over to Saudi Arabia with his dick up his ass. Then he ran around the ring there to get his belts back. And who does he have in the future? He's going to fight Pulev and wannabe heavyweight Usyk. He ain't got nothing to look forward to. He ain't got nothing. And to me, Fury and Wilder are getting all the press and publicity for being number one. He's out of the conversation now. And I do want to see Wilder fight him. Don't get me wrong. But he's out of the conversation now, man, with that loss. I don't care. He got them belts. He fought them dudes that you guys say he got them titles from. That was years ago. Boxing's all about what have you done for me lately. And when you lose to Ruiz and then got to go to a different country, if he wanted to correct that wrong, he should have came back here to the States or fought Ruiz in Mexico.
Cut it.
I let
Big ups to the newest
I let
Patreon
you
member.
burn, champ. I let you burn. That was Steve really venting, man. This is the reason I love this show, man, because people need to get it off their chest, and also all these different opinions, man. And I seen it, man. Big up to Nick. So he says we'll check once we get the true notification. We got anyone left on that? Okay, no. Oh, yes. Dom in the Seattle on the boomerang. What it do? Good morning, Seattle. Wake up.
Mr. PBC, baby.
BoxingVoice.com. I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Hey, before you ask the questions, I'm going to say this. I think Deontay Wilder should go for the WBC champion. I mean, Ness, your homeboy.
He is the WBC champion.
No, I mean, what do you call it? The
Ring Magazine
franchise.
And Lineal?
Franchise.
Come on.
I think he should. I mean, Canelo's doing it. That's your boy. But ask the questions.
Bruh, should he rep the ring and the Lineal title if he beats Fury?
Yes, I think he should also go on Joe Rogan and talk major shit just like Tyson Fury. Go everywhere and talk major shit like Tyson Fury. Even go and say that fucking Anthony Joshua ain't the Lineal champion and shit like that.
All right. And do you think that the winner of Fury Wilder is the number one heavyweight, or do they still need to face AJ?
I think they're the number one heavyweight, and AJ will be in the number two. And then when Eddie Hearn is ready and everybody's paying $50 on Dazn, then they should make the fight.
Yeah, man. I guess why didn't Wilder unify after 40 fights is what AJ's asking you.
Hey, I mean, why didn't he take the first fight with $50 million, Anthony Joshua? I mean, they could have unified way back then. I remember that day, and then the next day, Povetkin had to be his mandatory.
That's
Any
it.
more?
That's it.
I'm boomerang back in.
You got it. Going down the line, we got. Did we go to J-Mac? Yeah, we went to J-Mac. He got the new Bluetooth or the Bluetooth. We just found out. We going Stone Bone Boxing. Talk to me.
What's Stone Bone?
Peace, man. Peace. Yeah, man. It seemed like AJ is doing more promotion for this fight than Wilder and Fury is, man. He pumping them boys up. I mean, he's talking about them every fucking day. And damn, I forgot what was the first question about the.
Should Wilder, if he beats Fury? Well, actually, the first question is who's the number one? Do you think that they're number one, the winner of Tyson Fury Wilder?
Yeah, especially with AJ losing by KO. So I'm thinking, yeah, maybe if it would have been a close fight where it was an argument and then he came back and did what he did, but being knocked out, I think that moved him down.
And the second question is, do you think Wilder, if he beats Fury, should rep the Ring Magazine belt and the Lineal champ status plus the WBC?
Yeah, because shit, look at you always say, we the big Crawford fans, but hey, he never running around. He was never running around saying, I'm the Ring Magazine 35 and 140 champion. I'm the Lineal. But he was that. I mean, Ring Magazine presented him with that belt at 135 and 40, and he was the Lineal champ at 135 and 40. So, man, take your blessings, man. You are what you are. If they putting Fury has that shit all over ESPN and all that shit. Why would not when he beat him? Why shouldn't he be considered the lineal? You know what I mean?
And the last one is, why didn't Wilder unify after 40 fights? Is what AJ's asking you.
He would have if can we not forget that AJ was on Showtime? Do we not forget that they had basically they didn't have a contract, but according to
they definitely had a contract. It was a 5-fight deal with Showtime. They just decided to skedaddle and not fight Wilder.
No, I was talking about they didn't have a contract to fight Wilder, but they had a handshake agreement that they was positioning him on Showtime to the belt to fight Wilder. No.
That is true. Vito with the background noise, and you definitely over your time. We're going to Steve in the UK. Talk to us.
What up, Steve?
Right, first of all, steady on with the language, yeah? We don't want to get flagged up again. Hit me next, go.
So, first question obviously is Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Is the winner the number one heavyweight in your eyes?
Controversial, but yes. You know, even though AJ has got the better resume, he's also got a loss. Those two don't. They're 1 and 2 in the division until AJ fights one of them. It's pretty simple.
And if Wilder wins, should he rep the Ring Magazine and the Lineal title that he would be winning in that fight?
Yes and no. Yes, for the Ring Magazine belt, I think that does carry weight. I'm a big advocate of the Ring Magazine. Lineal, I think, is bullshit. Have done for quite some time. I think now Lineal should only be awarded to undisputed champs because of the disparate nature of all the belts. So you can't really have those claims until you have one name, one face, one champion, as Wilder says.
I mean, technically no, because Lineal is the man that beat the man. Whoever's the man in the division. So let's say Crawford and Earl fight each other. We think those are the mans. And if they fight, that's the man. So now if Danny comes and beats the winner, Crawford Earl, he's Lineal champ because he beat the man that beat the man. You know what I mean?
I see your argument. I just think that Lineal kind of stopped working without the belts because you have many different eras. You know, you can go back to the 80s where it was great because the best fought the best. So you have like the Four Kings. But then throughout the 90s through now, a lot of people avoid each other. You know, you can say that about many.
Cut it. I'm like Oprah. Even you got extra time. Majid, talk to me.
What up, Majid?
Not much. Just chilling at work. I'll get those questions.
Wilder Fury is the winner, number one in the division.
Yep.
Should Wilder, if he beats Fury, rep that Ring Magazine and the Lineal status of Fury?
Yep. Because every nowadays they brag so damn hard about these belts. Why not have more?
All right. And AJ's question is, why hasn't Wilder unified after 40 plus fights?
Shit, honestly, in my opinion, when you ask that question, I remember Klitschko had most of the belts, and they said that they wasn't ready, so he wasn't ready. But that don't stop what need to happen now, you know. And everybody need to like this video. And I'm sorry, Ness, it's like UK versus USA, so fuck UK, and I'm out.
I hear you, man. I hear ya. I don't know why it's like that. Isn't it just boxing? Jeez, Louise, we got.
When did it even start from, man? Who started that, man? Like, nah, man, forget you.
I don't want to take any credit for it, but when I started, I was very naive. You know what I mean? So maybe I built up a little UK hatred. But I you know, like CYP, I think I've become sensible over the years, man. I've realized the bigger picture, and you know, I don't even say Euro bum. That was a thing. I made shirts about that shit, bro, because it just ain't many Euro dudes that are good. You know what I mean? So I just left that alone. That's like a word we do not say. You know what I mean? So I don't know where it really started from, but it's always been there because I think it's the UK, man. Even though they say Americans are cocky, I think they're a lot more. You know, like, we got the belts. Like, I remember they had 13 belts, bro. They wouldn't let us. Oof. I didn't even, look, that's how I know. That's a fun fact that they made us aware. Like, UK got 13 belts, pussies. And it's like, really? You know, they make you go do research and shit because they care about that. You know what I mean? Like, they want to have all these titles or accolades or whatever. They want to change, rewrite history, I guess, you know. They're not very happy. Who would be happy? I mean, I'm from America, so to me it's nothing. And, you know, I take it with a grain of salt, but I bet if I was like from fucking, originally from where my parents are from, I would be like, damn, you know, I wish the mecca of boxing was in DR too, you know what I mean? But, you know, so I guess maybe that is what makes them upset, that every day they try to claim that boxing started in the UK and that their fighters are the greatest, but every day their fighter's biggest dream is to come fight in America, and all they say is that America is the mecca of boxing. So it's like their fighters counteract exactly what their fans say. You know, their fans want to say, oh, UK is where boxing is alive. Meanwhile, Fury got a 5-fight deal in America and said, you know, middle fingers to the UK. I'll see how after I get this money. And even after this deal, they might offer me more to stay here, because imagine, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it originates from. I think it's just that, man. It's just that competitive nature, just like Eagles and whatever is their rivalry, you know? But let me get out to these callers. Let's see here. We got JT, New Orleans. Talk to me.
Boomerang.
No, that's the brother, man. Come on, champ. When you gonna get this together? J-Mac.
Now we already with it. J-Mac. Yeah, you're right. J-Mac. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's the
first question is Wilder versus Fury. Is the winner the number one heavyweight in your mind, or do they have to face AJ to be number one?
The winner out of Fury and Wilder is the number one heavyweight champion of the world. No, they don't have to beat or face Joshua, because Joshua been ducking Wilder for years. We already know that. What's the second question?
Second question is, if Wilder were to beat Fury, should he rep Ring Magazine and Lineal status on top of that WBC status?
Yeah, no doubt he should. He should. I mean, we don't know when we ever go get the hold of them other belts. I think they're scared to let them belts come to Wilder over here.
So the next one is AJ's question to you. Why hasn't Wilder unified in over 40 fights, and it only took him 20 fights to unify?
That's a funny question. I mean, that's a funny question for him to be asking it. I think something wrong with Anthony Josh. He maybe need some love or some love and attention. Over there, he lonely. What's the next question?
That's it, champ. And that is your time. We got Brandon, Cincinnati.
What up, B?
Brandon's busy going.
Hold on.
He's not busy.
Hold on, let me get y'all.
Oh, he in the gym.
Let me get y'all Bluetooth. Hold on, let me get y'all Bluetooth. I don't need the question, guys. I know him. Yes, the winner of Wilder versus Fury is number one heavyweight. I mean, but that can change at any time once AJ and whoever wins fights. Yes, Wilder should. I'm tired as hell. Yes, Wilder should go ahead and accept those accolades. They're respectable accolades. And, you know, accolades like that can help with bargaining chips when trying to command more money. And it's simple. The reason why AJ unified the belts faster is because he has more money behind him. He has more of a machine behind him. When you're the opponent and you're going to basically give away your belts, because that's what you're doing when you fight Wilder or AJ at the time, are you going to take $5 to $7 million and losing to AJ? Or are you going to take $500,000 to $1 million and losing to Wilder? The better business deal from champion is to go ahead and take that $5 to $7 million and sell my shit to AJ. So much of resumes and shit is so much based on politics and finances and promotional affiliations. So having the best resume don't mean you're the best fighter at all the time. So that's my call, man. I'm tired of struggling to get back to this workout.
All right, Brandon. Staying DR ready. I hear you, champ. We got Rue in a 504. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Good morning.
All right, I'll just run through the answers. The winner of the Fury Wilder fight is number one in the division. Wilder shouldn't accept either of those titles because he spent some time bashing both of them recently, and you kill the credibility of the titles. I think if he accepts them, he might lose some credibility. So just keep the WBC and keep moving on. As far as what was the unification one? Like, why hasn't he unified? I mean, I don't know. It's a valid question, but it's just there's so many things that happen in boxing. I don't know, but I mean, he hasn't retired yet, so he does still have time to unify. But as far as AJ goes, it's good to hear him talking. This is something I've always wanted from him, but he needs to keep the energy up when Wilder's actually available. That's a big thing. I mean, Wilder's tied up this entire year, and we're hearing a lot from AJ. If Wilder gets past Fury, we need to still see the same energy from AJ. I mean, I'm not optimistic about them ever fighting, but AJ needs to keep the same energy when the guy you want to fight is actually available. But that's my call.
Rue, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I can confirm that we will have Gary Russell Jr., the WBC champion, January 6th, Monday at 7 p.m. Remind us, because we're pieheads. AD in the UK, talk to us.
So Monday at 7 p.m.?
Yes.
Yeah, guys.
What up, champ? Been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute, guys. Fire the questions away.
Tyson Fury versus Wilder. Is the winner the number one heavyweight in your opinion?
No, because the number one heavyweight has to have the best resume and the most titles, and none of them have got that.
Okay, so the number one isn't beating the best doesn't make you number one?
Yeah, of course, you've got to beat the best, obviously.
Because listen. So if Crawford beat Earl, Crawford wouldn't have the better resume, but he would have beaten Earl. So how isn't he number one?
If Crawford beats Earl, then he will have the better resume at 147.01 because he would have beat the man that beat all the men. So yeah, you can say he will have, but
then isn't that Fury who beat the man that had all the belts?
Yeah, but who's Fury beaten since then? Who's Fury beaten?
Didn't Fury beat Derek Chisora twice before Derek Chisora was the man that he is now? Didn't Fury take his O?
Come on, now you're bringing Chisora into this. Anyway, next question. Let's come on.
I'm just being honest, right? Like, you're trying to discredit Fury.
No, I'm just trying to say AJ's got 4 belts and he's got a better resume. So in my book, he's number one until somebody beats him.
So say that, because that was the question. If Wilder and Fury face each other, is the winner number one? You say no. The winner must face AJ to claim number one status. It's that simple. Right. Instead of everything else you said, trying to discredit Fury.
We'll go with that.
All right. Next question. If Wilder wins, should he rep the Ring Magazine belt and the Lineal status of Fury?
Well, the Ring Magazine, yeah, but the Lineal belt, I think everyone was laughing about that, weren't they? Calling Fury all sorts of names, especially Wilder fans. I've heard a few of them calling in saying that he should rep Lineal. I don't think he should rep Lineal, but the ring belt, then that's fine by me.
Now, isn't it, if it's good for the goose, isn't it good for the gander? If Fury could go on ESPN and be paraded as the Lineal, then why shouldn't Wilder be paraded as the new Lineal?
Well, he can do if he wants, but Fury's been clowned for doing that by his fellow countrymen and the American and the rest of the world. So it's up to Wilder if he wants to cling on to this phantom Lineal status. That's up to him. That's his prerogative.
You're right, but clowning got him in the biggest fight of heavyweight boxing. Or are you going to say that AJ Ruiz was that? But the last question is, why didn't Wilder unify in 40 fights and AJ did in 20?
That's a good question because, guys, if Wilder had unified in 10 fights and AJ had 20 fights and hadn't unified, then I wouldn't have a leg to stand on. And I'd say, look, he's obviously fought the better people. He was ready well before his time. Wilder was obviously a late learner. Either that or he was just a baby, like Finkel said in the Klitschko era.
Well, AD, You've also been Oprah with more time. Obviously, the back and forth. I know I cut you off, so I wanted to get you some more time. Gado, talk to us.
Yo, what's good, man? Let me get the questions.
What up, Gato?
What's good, fam?
Do you think the
Yo,
winner of this fight between Fury and Wilder is number
yeah,
one?
of course. That's not even debatable.
All right. Do you think Wilder should rep the Lineal and Ring Magazine titles?
Ring Magazine, yeah. Lineal, man, I don't know, man. Just cause it don't really sit well with me that Tyson Fury can go do what he did, you know what I'm saying? And then come back and be like, I'm the Lineal champ. Like, shit, if you can go and do all that shit and that shit not be stripped from you, then shit, what does that shit even mean for real?
And Anthony Johnson asks, why hasn't Wilder unified in 40 fights?
Man, cause y'all niggas is hoes. That's why. Didn't Joseph Parker come to the fight and like, nah, I'm good. You want some of this too, old man? No. AJ still running, so I don't know what they saying, man. He only talking all this because he know Wilder tied up. Like old boy said, I guarantee all this. He don't say none of this shit when Wilder actually a free man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I mean, the rest of the call yours. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, I wanted to say, man, I know y'all boys got flat, man. I need to talk to them niggas and figure out specifically what it is, dog, because that's some bullshit, man. You can get on YouTube, dog. You see what they gonna do about all these music videos. They talking about vulgar language, everybody flashing guns in the camera and all this extra BS. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even understand all that shit. So y'all should get with YouTube or through email or something, tell them what you did specifically so you can fight that shit. Because I guarantee it's somebody on YouTube doing it right now, and they got a bunch of views, so they're not tripping. But yeah, that's that.
All right. Nah, bro, listen. So when you appeal, they give you 300 characters to tell them why your video does not violate harmful or abusive content. 300 characters ain't enough. And in that 300, not only do I got to explain why it's not violating the rule, but also I got to ask them to be specific and let me know what I did wrong so I won't do it again. And this is the second time. So like, again, when I was in Vegas vlogging, they flagged me for the same thing. I asked then, what did I do? It just goes under harmful and abusive. It's like, this is so vague, you know? I told him,
man, I don't think it's YouTube. I think it's somebody reporting it to YouTube, bro.
I mean, okay, but then you get the ability to tell YouTube, this video isn't harmful or abusive. Please do a manual review. And they come back and tell you, nah, they denied me. The Broner one, they said, nah, appeal denied. We do classify it as harmful or abusive, and didn't give me an explanation as to what exactly I did. You know, they even tell you, like, look, you can review it to see what you violated, but it's like, how do I review the video if you ain't telling me? But let me tell you another thing. When you click the video, it automatically gets, you know, space color, like black and with little specks, and it says this video is no longer on, has been removed. So it's like, you tell me I can review to see what I did wrong, but then I can't even play the video. So it's, bro, believe me, I talked to my girl yesterday. I'm like, damn, maybe I should see if there's YouTube lawyers out here, you know, people that have already gone through this, because there's no one to talk to. You have no one to talk to. It's like, everything is internal. There's no email, there's no reply, there's no thread. It's, you know, you're at their mercy, and it is what it is. You know what I mean?
They got a monopoly on this shit, man. Like the NFL, like they rules, and they can be as vague as that they want to be on when they give you like explanations. And so yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you think about it, ain't another open source platform that has this much content uploaded on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course. I mean, look. It's also that they're going mainstream. They're putting it on TVs, and their children's content is the bulk. It's the bulk of YouTube at this point. Kids, I mean, what parent doesn't throw a fucking...
And like...
Yo, but it's what kid don't you see? Look, I was at the gym yesterday, bro, and this new girl was there. I'm like, wow, we don't even get girls. You know, the owner has a female, so they brought her in to spar the daughter. And she brought her kid. And it goes with exactly what I'm saying. Like, everyone throws the kid the iPad, and now they're on a chair somewhere watching something on YouTube. Like, you ain't gonna throw them an iPad and all of a sudden get them an Apple account, have them fucking renting movies. You going to YouTube. So, yeah, man, they got the lock on the system. We'll grow, man. We'll grow and we'll be like Rogan. See, Rogan don't have to worry about that. When you Rogan size, you know, because look, he
Rogan said
doing
what the fuck he
everything.
want.
Look,
He said what the fuck he want.
even Tyson, right? Because I'm telling you, those people have someone that talk to YouTube directly. So they're explaining. Look, we are in California. It is legal to smoke, and that's it. That's that. Like, because fuck, Tyson's doing he's doing worse than us, bruh. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, classic phrase, bruh. The little man. You know.
Man, nigga, have you ever watched $1 million worth of game?
The what?
$1 million worth of game with
No.
Gilly the Kid.
No, what is that? Oh, Gilly the Kid from Philly. Is it a documentary?
He had Danny Garcia on that bitch.
Is it a documentary?
It's a podcast, like an hour long.
Okay, send me the link.
They be talking hella shit.
We did go to Gatto, right? We went to Gatto.
Yeah.
We went to everybody then. So, Vito, Malaysia.
Yeah, Ness, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't add this to my time, because this is just contribution to the channel. So, you should try to reach out to T Street. He has lots of cases, and somehow he gets by. So, just try to reach out to him and see what you can get done, because that channel is too big to be brought down. So, that's what I think. Now, for the before I talk about the questions. CYP, first of all, what are you smoking? First, you came out with a Lord of the Rings analogy. Now you came out with a real estate analogy. Seriously, if you don't cut that analogy out, I'm going to come out with my fish analogy, because that's what I think you have fish brain. But that aside, Wilder has to... if he wins, he has to represent the Ring magazine, the linear championship, linear title. I don't care about that. But really, Ness, what you were talking that ESPN parades Tyson Fury as a linear champion. Who gives a fuck what the ESPN thinks? Because they managed to wipe out Lomachenko's defeat. So who cares at this point what ESPN does? So don't bring that shit. And as for the number one in the division, no, I don't think anyone is number one in the division. They have to fight each other to get that shit, to know who's the number one. You know, that's my call, and that's what I think.
Oh.
Vito.
El gran campeón puertorriqueño, Vito Trinidad.
You got any excuses tonight, Roy? Let's not ask questions like that. Let's touch gloves and go to work. Let's go to work.
Yo, you forgot about me, Ness.
What up, champ? My bad.
What's going on? No, you good. Real quick before you ask me them questions. Joe Rogan actually talks a lot about being demonetized on a lot of his YouTube clips and stuff, that they'll demonetize a whole episode of his, the 4-hour podcast because he played a 30-second clip of a YouTube video or something like that, and they'll hit him with copyright. So he actually goes through it too. And I know there was a presidential candidate who complained about getting banned from YouTube, and they never explained to her why or anything like that. So it ain't just y'all. I don't think they're picking on y'all. They're doing it to everybody.
Bro, let me tell you, there was also that lady that went out to YouTube and started shooting because they was demonetizing her shit.
I didn't hear about that, but yeah, they apparently demonetizing a lot of people.
Hell yeah, they killed. I think
she got arrested or something.
No, I thought she killed herself. I don't know. I could be telling the story wrong, but I know the part that I'm not telling wrong is that she got mad and she went to YouTube and let them have it.
Wow.
Like,
but yeah,
my whole life
they're doing it to a lot of people, man. But go ahead and build them questions, bro.
Wilder, Fury, does the winner make them number one, or should they face AJ to claim number one status?
No, winner's definitely number one.
And if Wilder were to win, should he rep that Ring Magazine title that's going to be on the line and start repping the Fury lineage title?
My question on that is this. when Tyson was stripped of those belts, did they automatically go back to Klitschko, or were they vacant belts? Like
Vacant,
Klitschko and AJ.
vacant,
So they were
vacant.
so they weren't actually Klitschko's belts. They were still Tyson's technically, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so if I was Wilder, hell yeah, I would rep the Lineal and I would use that over AJ's head. You walking around with my belts, bro. You never, you know what I mean? You never took those from Tyson. You was a fraud. So yeah, I would use it just as a selling point.
And I guess the last one is, why do you think Wilder didn't unify after 40 fights? That's AJ's question to the public.
Like my man just said earlier, because they scared. You see when Joseph Parker did, how you fly to the fight and you supposed to get in the ring and you don't even walk in the ring. These dudes are scared, man. So that's why. But yeah, appreciate it.
Keem, thanks for calling in. We going out to Stunner in New Jersey. Talk to me.
What up, Stunner?
All right. What's up, TBV? First and foremost, Wilder's going to lay down Fury like a shower mat. All right? He will be the Lineal and the Ring Magazine champion. Rep that. The reason he ain't unified after 40 fights is because Joseph Parker, the guy who went 12 rounds with, Huey Fury and Razvan Kujanu, he ducked him when he came to Alabama. All right. Another thing I want to add in, I think I might know one of the reasons why AJ is so adamant on wanting to fight Wilder now. And let me just say this first off. Wilder versus AJ will happen in the U.S. because here's the thing. I was just looking at the WBA rankings, right? Now, Ness, if you're a WBA interim champion, do you have a right to fight the champion or no?
When you what?
If you're the WBA, interim champion
No.
at heavyweight, do you have?
No.
Okay.
No.
Now,
I mean, interim
so
probably
Trevor
interim.
Bryan-
Let me tell you something. Interim gets mandated to fight the regular, probably, but the regular doesn't get mandated to fight the super.
True. Okay. So I'm looking at the WBA rankings. Alexander Usyk is basically number one, but he's going to be fighting AJ for the WBO rank for the WBO interim. So that aside, the next up is Konaki at number 2, basically, and then Luis Ortiz at number 3. So, hypothetically, if the WBA was to order eliminator, it would probably be Konaki versus Luis Ortiz. Either or. Let's just say it's a Konaki. It's like, AJ, we gonna drag your ass back. I ain't gonna curse. We gonna drag you back to New York. This time we gonna come to Brooklyn. We gonna fill it up. And it's like, you couldn't even deal with that Ruiz pressure. You already know what Konaki gonna do. It's gonna be hella Polish people in there. And if Ortiz gets you, I mean, we already know it. It ain't gonna be no 5-week notice. It ain't gonna be no 40-year-old or whatever on 5-week notice. No, Ortiz gonna have a full camp. And AJ likes them long camps. He likes training for like 4 months. So it's like, all right. So the fight between AJ and Wilder will be in America. Otherwise, you're going to come to America and fight Ortiz or Konaki. And honestly, I don't even think AJ's, I don't even think he really wants to fight Usyk.
Cut it. There's an article out there that he said he would definitely like to have guys like Usyk
on his resume. He been talking up Usyk all the time.
No. It was like he said, I want a guy like Usyk to say I beat him. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that I was reading. I'm like, this guy is his ego getting bigger since the win? You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on? You know, like AJ he back to feeling himself again. He back to that slap him down type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got to be, because he know this fight is about to be real. If Wilder beats Fury, the world is going to be pushing this on him, and then that's going to mean that it has to happen. So he has to start acting like A-side again, and, I need the fight to be in the UK and all that. I'd rather Fury win because he don't punch as hard as Wilder. Like, the walls are closing in, champ. The walls are closing in. Oscar, no mouth guard.
What up, Oscar?
You should not be fighting without a mouth guard. That don't make sense.
You ain't got no teeth either.
It's a little podcast I have with my buddy, and we talk about boxing stuff. So it's no mouth guard because you basically go get on mic and talk a lot of shit, But listen, Happy New Year, guys. I love what you guys do. I've been listening to you for a long time. You know that. Sorry I haven't called in a minute, but to answer your question, the Wilder Fury win, he's definitely number one. I mean, it can't be AJ because he already lost to Andy Ruiz, and then he came back and did what he did. We all know that, right? As far as the Lineal Championship belt, man, I mean, there's no point in changing history, right? I mean, the Lineal belt has been around since, what, 1885. So if it's been recognized since then, why are we going to change it now? You know what, boxing fans, we're freaking hard-headed as fuck. We don't want no new shit, so keep the old shit going, you know? So if obviously if Anthony Joshua wants to be the Lineal champ, he should have beaten Klitschko before Fury did, but that didn't happen. So as far as Anthony Joshua talking smack about 40 fights, let's be serious. Anthony Joshua at 20 fights is way more marketable than Deontay Wilder at 40 fights. Right now, Deontay Wilder is picking up his star because we have to be real. I love Deontay Wilder, but he's not as famous as Anthony Joshua. And I think Anthony Joshua has like, what, 20 million people on Instagram? Followers? The dude's famous as fuck. Of course he's going to get, championship belts. Of course he's going to
give him too much right there. You got like 6 or 7.
How? No, I thought, okay, so I got my facts wrong there. My bad, but it's still more than Deontay Wilder. And he also has the whole country, the UK, following him. I mean, you can ask anybody in the UK who AJ is, and they know who he is. I guarantee you, walk the streets in New York City, ask anybody who Deontay Wilder is, they won't know who he is. Eddie Hearn did that test a year or two ago. So he's going to get more opportunities, obviously, because he's so marketable. It's easy to sell him. I mean, the guy's a freaking movie star, and he's spotless. Deontay Wilder, he's talking about he wants to kill people, in the ring. So he's a little harder to market. Now, us being Americans and us coming from the Mike Tyson era of heavyweight champions, we like that. But the thing is that big companies like Under Armour will be reluctant to sponsor these guys, and therefore the opportunities will close down a little bit, So, I mean, that's my 2 cents on the whole matter. Well, those were the 3 questions, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I agree with that, though, you know what I'm saying? The companies will shy away because, he might be a little bit more outspoken than AJ. AJ got 10.8 million.
Exactly. 10.8, yeah. So, okay, so we were both wrong. But it's still a lot of motherfuckers, man. Excuse my language. I don't want to get you guys demonetized.
All right.
But yeah.
All right, champ. Well, thanks for calling in. You definitely got blessed with hella time because I had to do some background stuff. We got Stainless with one more boomerang, correct?
Yeah. Yep. He only had one call.
Stainless.
Probably pass out, smoking that good ganja.
Okay, we got CYP on the last boomerang.
Oh man, y'all know I stay at work, man. My bad. I got to switch over. I'm on Bluetooth right now. I'm just gonna make it quick. Thanks for the show, fellas, man. I mean,
breaking up, champ. You got to get that JT Bluetooth. I mean, damn, now Mike got me messing up. J-Mac Bluetooth.
Somebody and I had to hang up on him. I just want to say thanks for the shows, fellas. I think somebody else probably reported y'all and got it all shut down. I mean, I get the harmful content, but somebody else has to report that. I'm pretty sure they're not watching like that in order to flag you themselves. Like I say, I'm at work still. I'm going to be at work because I stay at work. Shout out to all the other people at work. FUK, because that's the trend right now. No, I'm just bullshitting. As I always say, though, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This is TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, that's because you stupid. Shout out to El Camino. Peace.
Peace. CYP.
Yo, let me put me back.
We invited to the wedding, right? Like, we gonna get like some invites.
look, that's on my lady, man. I don't know how many people. I don't know how many people, but y'all can come to the bachelor party though, yo. You know what I'm saying? You can come to that for sure, because it's going down. I'm a wild boy. But look, put that shit to the side, man. I'm trying to talk boxing. You know what I'm saying? Get me off of that. Listen, everybody who knows Floyd Mayweather knows Manny Pacquiao. and everybody who knows Manny Pacquiao knows Floyd Mayweather. So when you say you walk around in the UK and you say, hey, everybody knows AJ in the UK. I said, but if they don't know Deontay Wilder, then they don't know that AJ boxes. Like, to know that AJ is a boxer, then you know Deontay Wilder. They're linked together, just like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, just like Holyfield and Lennox Lewis, Tyson and Holyfield. I don't know why people separate credit as if that helps the sport of boxing. It doesn't help it. Secondly, the UK is mad at us for one reason. They started boxing, but their favorite boxer is American. The greatest boxers of all time are American. Their boxers are named after Americans. It must hurt to start something and have somebody come take it away, not with money, but with fists. Beat your ass like it's nothing and take away what you created. That gotta piss you off. And we gonna keep beating the brakes off of you, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much money you owe me. That's okay, B, because I'm killing every single one of you when I see you. That's how the U.S. rolls.
All my Puerto Ricans right now was straight cringing. Didn't see why? No, he said he half Mexican. He said he had Carlos half Mexican.
Hey man, I found CYP weakness.
What's that?
You notice when we started talking about his wedding, how all giddy.
It's all about his girl.
All giddy, he got like all soft and marshmallow. Man, get off that, man. Get off that, man. Get off there. Oh, okay. Oh, you love, huh? Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with being in love, champ. Ain't nothing wrong with being in love.
I'm just messing with him.
So wait, let me see here. That is everyone. No, yeah, we went to J Mac on a boomerang.
Nope.
Yes, we did. He did. No, J Mac, talk to us. Okay, talk to us. Talk to us.
Yeah, Brandon Maurice, Stainless. Y'all need to get like me with my Bluetooth. Like I said, man, I ain't got too much on this one. I've been talking it consistent. AJ's been moving the way he been moving. It's consistent. Like he talk. All they want to do is talk. UK callers, all they want to do is talk. All they want to talk about is failed negotiations. Just talk. AJ ain't trying to fight no Wilder. He just putting himself out there. I guess trying to clean his image up and stuff like that. Like my brother laughed at this clown ass earlier. The dude got some type of problems. I think it's mental when it pertains to Deontay Wilder. Like he needs some help and stuff like that. Like he having he come to America, he get his ass whipped. He having tension tantrums, having panic attacks and stuff.
Yeah, that must be a dead spot. You know, he a truck driver. You there?
No. I'm here. I got a call. AJ just need to get some help and focus on finding a way to get in the ring with Deontay Wilder instead of talking about it. That's my call.
Well, all right. That is J Mac. Time to go to. Did we go to PBC on the second one?
Nope.
PBC, Mr. PBC. Going once, twice.
Yo, can you hear me?
We hear you.
I just want to speak my piece on Deontay Wilder. I feel like, he don't really have to do this, what do you call it when you first about to fight? Fuck, I can't even think right now. Because he missed...
Talking about the press conferences.
Yes. I don't feel like he has to do it because Tyson Fury had plenty of time to do this rematch and there's no more talking. Let's just do it. Now I feel the same way. I don't really need to see another press conference. See them go at it. I just want to see them fight. And that's my call. TBV for life.
All right.
Dominic, man, thanks for calling in. Looks like we got Antonio in Albany.
What's up, Antonio?
Yo, man, I just called in just now, man. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I just wanted to call in real quick to see if you guys had a show going on because I'm at work. But real quick, man, if you don't mind me like a 30-minute. What's up?
Should Wilder, if he wins, rep the Ring Magazine and Lineal title?
Hell yeah. That means something, man. That really means something. I mean, at some point, everyone was giving Tyson Fury mad props for that shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you beat the man, you beat them. I mean, obviously, I guess they both the man right now. So, whoever wins has to be the fucking main man. You know what I mean? So, of course, man, and honestly, I can't wait for this fight, man. This is, honestly, I was hyped for the, the Ruiz and Anthony Joshua fight. I'm even more hyped for this fight because the first fight was crazy, man. Like, and I heard this fight sold out. Is that true?
I don't think it's sold out yet.
Yeah. I'm sure the resellers got them tickets.
Yeah, man. No, but yeah, man. All day, every day, man. Wilder, it's gonna be the man after February. So, other than that, man, great show, and I'll just put myself on mute and I'll keep listening, man. Great show and great content, man. I'm going back to work, folks.
All right, champ.
Peace.
Thanks for calling in. Let me see if anyone sneaked up on us on Skype. We got the Colorado, right? Stonebone? We did that.
Yeah, we got Stonebone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, man, we got that. You don't forget who?
To smash that thumbs up button so everybody who's not following Nestor Gibbs can, find this video and enjoy the content too.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate that. Listen, I want to thank everybody that tuned in. We're going to go hit the lab, see what's out there, and come back. And yeah, man, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the channel. Don't forget, head on over to Patreon. Won't probably be a betting show. I'll probably still do the interview with the I'm going to get Peter Kahn on from Forbes Magazine, always does the odds for them. We could probably do him Friday or Saturday. Remember, we got Gary Russell January 6th. That's 3 days from now on Monday. I'll be putting out a post on Patreon as well, so you can ask Gary your own question specifically to him. So, yeah, man, and if you could go a step further, if you could go on your social media and just tag him on whatever post and say, hey, man, thanks for coming on TBV. That'll be great. We need to show the influence that we have to these fighters, make it worth their while to come on here and let them know that the people listening really appreciate what it is that the fighter is doing by coming on the show and, expressing to, the public and answering our public's questions. So, yeah, man. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Back on the next one.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. You can follow me on YouTube at Mike on Sports. I will be doing a betting show today. NFL playoffs and college football finals, and also I think I'm gonna have a guest on talking about soccer. So we definitely gonna get into that. But yeah, peace out.
Peace.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right. Thank you, brother.
All right. Was there something else that you seen?
I didn't, but I'm going to look for something, see what we can do. Maybe
Danny Garcia on Pacquiao have to beat a legend to become a legend.
Yeah, I mean, that's typical. I mean, that's what we've been telling Crawford, and he was like, I don't need to fight him. But you got to take those kodos. That's why I was mad at Earl, man. Earl could have negotiated a better deal for Earl to go to Golden Boy for that kodo fight, but I guess he didn't need it. That's for sure. He didn't need it, right? Shit, he did his own thing.
Yeah, I mean, but probably wouldn't have hurt. You know what I'm saying? Especially beating Cotto on one leg. How he probably would have beat him way worse than Saddam Ali beat him.
True.
But all right, bro, I'm about to hop in the shower right quick. I'll hit you if something come across on my feed or on my Twitter.
All right, champ. Take it easy.